Friends, before you complete your book with me, go and make sure that you've watched the video about the 3 different phases of water. Water can be a liquid, like when water is rain or something that you drink or something you bathe or swim in. Water can be a solid, like when it's ice or snowflakes. And water can be a gas. That means it's in the air. We can't really see it. You can see it sometimes like with steam when you're boiling something on your stove, or when you have some kind of evaporation happening. Maybe you open your dishwasher after it's gone and you see the steam coming out of there. All right, so this book is called Water Changes Form. And I'd like for you to have a pencil while you're completing this book with me. Of course, if you'd like to color your book, you may, but right now we're just going to be looking at the different pages and reading it together, and then choosing what form our water is in. This is the word water. 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 We know this word can be, this word is ice. The CE says s, ice. Water can be ice. So if water is ice, is it solid, like my table is solid? Is it liquid, like we can drink it? Or is it gas, where it's floating in the air? Yes, water can be ice. Water is solid. So we're going to circle that word solid. When ice is the form the water is in, the water is solid. We can grab onto it. It's solid, right? Let's see what the next one says. Water can be rain. Water can be rain. When water is rain, is it solid, where we can hold it in our hands and it doesn't fall out? Is it liquid, where we could drink it or bathe in it? Or is it gas, where it's floating in the air and you can't see it? Yes, when water is rain, it is liquid. So let's circle that word liquid. When water is rain, it is liquid. That's the form it's in. Let's go to our next page. Water can be snow. That OW says O. Water can be snow. When water is snow, is it solid, where we can hold it in our hand? Is it liquid, where we could maybe drink it? Or is it gas, where it's floating in the air and we can't see it? Yes, when water is snow, it is solid. So we're going to circle that word solid. We can hold it in our hand, right? We can form it. Ooh, let's read this one that looks like a teapot. Water can be the EA says E, steam. Steam. Water can be steam. The steam is the stuff that's coming out of the teapot, not inside. It's coming out because it's gotten so hot. So when water is steam, is it a solid? Can we touch it and hold it in our hands? Is it liquid, where we could drink it? Or is it a gas, where it's floating in the air? Yes, when water is steam, it is a gas. So we're going to circle gas. That's when it's floating in the air. And if it's a gas, it's because the temperature has gotten so hot, it's causing the water to float into the air. It's causing it to evaporate. All right, let's look at the next one. Water can be a drink. Drink. Water can be a drink. Okay, when water is a drink, is it solid, where you can grab it? Is it liquid, where you can drink it? Or is it a gas, where it's floating in the air? Yes, when water is a drink, it is liquid. That's what most water on Earth is. It's a liquid. Ooh, let's look at our next one. Water can be a sprinkle. Sprinkle. Do you see how there's a sprinkle coming out? So little drips of water are coming out. When there are little sprinkles, when there are drips of water, is it a solid where we can grab it? Is it a liquid where we can maybe bathe in it and get wet? Or is it a gas where it's floating in the air? When it's a sprinkle, like a rain sprinkle or a sprinkle from a sprinkler, it is a liquid. You might have thought it was a gas from the drawing, but think about a sprinkler watering your grass. That is liquid. That's liquid water. All right, let's look at our next one. Water can be a rink. Water can be a rink. Do you see how she has ice skates on? And she's skating on the ice. So an ice skating rink, would that be solid where we can touch it? Is it liquid where we could drink it? Or is it gas where it's floating in the air? Yes, when it's a rink, it's solid because it's ice. So let's circle solid. Whenever water is in ice form, it is solid. All right, friends. This is showing the water cycle. So here we have the ocean, right? And the water is all coming together on the earth. That's called the accumulation phase. Can you say accumulation? Accumulation means to come together. So the water accumulates, and then the sun will heat up that water. And when it gets hot, when that water gets hot, it evaporates. It goes into the sky as a gas. We don't see it happening, but it evaporates. And then once that water vapor, that water gas is in the sky, say evaporation. Evaporation is when it's going up into the sky. The next phase is condensation. Can you say condensation? Condensation is when the water vapor comes together and it creates a cloud. So the water is actually all in the cloud. It condensates, condensation. And then the next phase is when it rains or snows. That's called precipitation. Can you say precipitation? Precipitation is the fancy way for saying that we're going to have rain or snow or even hail, which is like ice. So precipitation is when the clouds let out that water and they come down back to the earth. And it just keeps going around and around. You have accumulation, evaporation, that's when it's a gas, condensation when it comes together, and precipitation when it rains. And then the water will accumulate, it will come together, accumulation, and then it will evaporate, evaporation, and then it will come together, condensation, and then it will rain or snow or have hail, precipitation. And it keeps going in this water cycle. Those are big words, I know. All right, friends, what we want you to do is now that we've completed the book, you're going to delete the video that was on the page. It's not locked. You just click on it and delete it. And then you're going to make a video of yourself reading this book, Water Changes Form. Water can be ice. It's a solid. Water can be rain. It's a liquid. Water can be snow. It's a solid. Water can be steam. It's a gas. Water can be a drink. It's a liquid. And water can be a sprinkle. It's a liquid. Water can be a rink. Then it's ice, right? And it's a solid. Now, the last page you don't have to read to us. I know these are tough words. If you want to try to tell the water cycle, you can. I'll say it one more time. Accumulation, evaporation, condensation, precipitation. We're really looking forward to seeing this book. We know it's a little more difficult than normal, but we'd like to hear you read it. And you have your other activity to complete where you match up solid, liquid, and gas. We're looking forward to seeing it all on Seesaw.